Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host from Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. He looks like defender of the fatherland. Off here to a glorious 1v1 on Amilly Fields. In the north, it is Jibberjabberjobber fighting for the Red Army of the Soviet Union. Communist Stalin taking on the role here of the 5th Tank Corps with partisan tactics, with radio intercept partisan troops, anti-tank and ambush tactics, spy network, and marked vehicle with double infantry and tank and vessel south. That is Clausewitz fighting for the Wehrmacht Germany. Deutschland here with the 1st Panzer Division with the Luftwaffe Supply Doctrine, Strategic Reserves, and German mechanized with double infantry and Panzerfaust. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my personal companions, my Patreon supporters. You too can join their illustrious ranks and become a legend yourself by pledging on Patreon, or you can also just donate via PayPal. Links are in the video description. And ours will be moving on to the action here as it steadily develops. We've got Bartway on the car point, that way Jibber forestalling any push straight for the car point there, at least, making things slightly more difficult for the Germans. Sandmax on the west here, grabbing the points there as well, and crossing eastwards. We've got Gun Amilly 4-2 here for Clausewitz so far. Bit of a broad approach, though, with a emphasis on the western field point. Normally the southern players would go for that one, but clearly Clausewitz has other plans. Will Jibberjabber be ready for this? 3rd console on the way there for Jibberjabber, got the eastern victory point. Note the sandbank Bartway here to prevent any sandbank construction least easily without more effort. Bartway here, though. Is this intentional? It's just like, bit of an accident. Communist, don't you think like the Bartway's supposed to be at the trucks so they can't use it as cover? What do I look like, an engineer? Yes. Wrong engineer. And there's more engineers there for Jibberjabber. Gunny's being slowed surrounded with the constant engineers. Westwards there, we're going to continue to push with us in field point. And we got this English which support the first one here. As Jibberjabber backs off there. Slow approach here. Backing off there. More sandbags here from Jibberjabber. Grabbing these in the field point there with his engineers. Control the remaining defensive. MD4 setting up the field point. More grenadiers here for Clausewitz and the German army. Grabbing points here. Sandbags up from Jibberjabber. And there you go. Command to press the conscripts as Yuri stuck his head out a bit too far. Pushing for the use of these fuel. We almost got the fuel point, but they're going to need some assistance in this regard. Jibber, they're focused on the centre there. Did leave the Germans an opportunity to push for the fuel point there. And the west here looks like we could see a flank. Got flames on the way. So we're going to try and flank the machine gun here. Also can't flank about. He exploiting in the Clausewitz actually got all of his flanks effects dug in with troops, but the centre of course is wide open. More pressure on the Grenadiers here. Push back with the Grenadiers now trying to flank up behind him. There you go, flame for team moving up. The Parnese machine moving up, manoeuvred here as well now. Sarn and Clausewitz being in 2 very far away positions is turning into a bit of liability. And there you go, western field point is now untenable here for Clausewitz, forced to retreat in the face of socialist assaults. Needs the Grenadiers still slowly weighing down Jibberjabber's eastern forces here. They needs their routed, sent packing. Grenadiers being in this least forced a complete collapse of their flank, but it is already looking like a pretty much done deal. Back in Clausewitz base, we got take up there in the east side. The conscript continue to buy time here against Clausewitz Grenadier, his men of the 1st Panzer Division. And this is the conscripts on the west. Engineers reinforcing. We should be reinforcing. There we go. We got partisans out here for Jibberjabber. Fun fact: a good deal of Soviet partisans, at least to a certain degree, were actually Soviet troops caught behind enemy lines during the initial, Operation Barbarossa. There were many Soviet troops just caught behind. They just melted into the background and would become partisan groups. There are also a bunch of actually just Soviet airborne troops from failed airborne operations. So little fun fact there. But anyways, partisan ran with the submachines quickly tearing descent and chaos into the rear lines of Clausewitz, forcing a full retreat here again. Aggressive push there by Jibberjabberjobber. They're using partisans to their full efficiency and low degrees there. Also worth noting, against the Germans, they're actually not necessarily unified partisan groups. I mean, some of them to a degree were against the Germans, but some of them also hated each other just as much. Some, Soviet partisans, for example, didn't like some more nationalist partisans, for example, so they'd fight. And of course, at times, there were also Jewish partisans who, didn't always get, nice trip along with some of the nationalist partisans as well. It was rather messy there, and the Germans would exploit this. For example, strategically or tactically leave, caches of weapons unguarded for some partisans groups to grab so they could just fight the other partisans. So they're all fun story there. Partisans. Contracts are going to be here by the northern munition point here. Support coming in for Jibberjabber. Could push with the tank with chain command. Go for a relatively well-paced T-70. Half turn light for Clausewitz. Thumbs up. Mittlerer Schützenpanzerwagen. But apparently they're also called Grenadier Panzerwagens. At least I've seen them referred to that at least in some German memoirs, but it probably wasn't like common. But apparently some call them Grenadier Panzerwagens, which is interesting. Anyways, Mittlerer Schützenpanzerwagen almost done. More sandbags here from Jibberjabber. So far, not great spot for Clausewitz. Great spot to be in for Jibberjabber, and sending some mines could make it even better. But there you go. 2 from the half-track out. Upgrading it to the flame for half-track. Slight disappointment there from my perspective, but it obviously is good. I'm not going to say against it, but I do prefer just using it to transport troops in force. It gives you a great deal of flexibility to the Wehrmacht, some good tactical and strategic options. I prefer it like that. But again, the flame for half-track obviously, lights things on fire quite efficiently too, so there's nothing wrong in that. On his punishment towards the centre, Party squad hiding out there, ready to ambush any approaching fascists. Field gun halfway down there for Jibberjabber. Flammenpanzerwagen almost done here for Clausewitz. On the west corner, he's moving forward, and there you go. Flame projectors installed. News console falling back there. And we got the SIS-3 edition field gun there for Jibberjabberjobber. Parts continue to hide out here with their submachine guns. Pack 40 there for Clausewitz. The Panzerabwehrkanone 40. No further tech yet there for Jibberjabber. As they approach the also, we've got a big troop only for Jibberjabber. So for Clausewitz with 309 versus 500. This is great for Jibberjabber as well. Very quiet here at the moment. Very quiet. There we go. Moving forward, so there you go. Caught laying down part. Why actually moving in with mines? Good move there by Klaus, but there you go. Parts caught by the Flammenpanzerwagen, enveloped in the fires of the Third Reich and routed. Contra being caught as well there. Fire tearing through them. Pack 40 almost unfilled, and the L's being caught up with the infantry out in the open. Contra their pushback. Half the unit lit on fire. And there you go. Pack 40 arriving here for Clausewitz. Grenadiers with the Contra up there. Flammenpanzerwagen has the Grenadiers there. Ground the centre with the Grenadiers. The Pioneer. East side we got the machine gun holding up. Nothing further going there for Clausewitz. No sign of a doctrine yet from him. We'll of course have to see what he goes for. All 3 officers on utility. So at this point, he should probably go for Luftwaffe supply doctrine now if he wants to go for that, because you can get the Luftwaffe field officer up. Plus the supply bits there and the supply drop could also use for the medical supplies, that is. So having that ready by now would be good if he wants to go for that. And he's been slowly whelmed. He could also theoretically aim for strategic reserves, just so you can say lay down regal mines with a flame for half-track. That could also be surprisingly effective for Clausewitz here versus his opponent. Plus, of course, opens up for the Panzer IV Model J, which is pretty damn good. And east was engineers going for the eastern field point as Clausewitz moving westwards there. Now, other side, particularly interesting getting caught in massive battles of attrition. They're very much both fighters of maneuver warfare. Panzer squad here for Clausewitz. Thumbs up. Flame for after there. And I guess the gyro had a bit too much schnapps there. Grenade upgrade there for Jibberjabberjobber and the Red Army. Moving forward there. Lots of munitions, and honestly, we just laid our mines. Even the mines was out here from Clausewitz, there's going to be a chance of just hitting some of the mines. So, just laying down a bunch of mines here. And of course, it's worth noting, Partisans can lay down mines as well. But there you go, charging ahead with the flame for half-tech. Partisans, they're quickly getting out of there. But there you go, Flammenpanzerwagen scours the area with hot fires. Feeling that gets good in the channel of Flammenpanzerwagen. He's got the troops pushing up here to the same point. No light machines yet for those Grenadiers. We've got the Panzer squad ready there for Clausewitz. If again he was going for strategic reserves, going for it now would also open up for the breakthrough packages, which would give the Panzer Grenadiers access to smoke grenades, which is a pretty handy thing. Panzer they catching the Grenadier squad out in the open, and not just from reenacting the factory scene from the Stalingrad movie, the German one. Pioneers ground all on the point here. Got the Pioneers there. Fritz, Nebelkerzen. MD4 taking flank with the conscripts. Conscript 5 with the Grenadier pushing forward, then upgrade yet there. Flammenpanzer moving forward to cut the flank of the machine. We've still got the field gun nearby, which could quickly make things move here for the Flammenpanzerwagen. Here's the conscripts. Flampanzer takes another hit. He's going to lose it now. He's moving too slow with this, trying to prepare one to fire from the field gun, which is not going to work out. Costing me the fling for a half track. Ooh, grenade exchange here. The Panzers. Oh, really bad engagement there for Clausewitz as well. There is the fling for half track down. Almost lost the Panzer as well here. Really not great there for Clausewitz. That's set though. He has actually managed a pretty good flanking with the gun. He's outmaneuvering Jibberjabber's front line, catching the particular field in a pretty bad spot. Thumbs up to Clausewitz. That's pretty good. The only way this could be, if I say that this has been a Panzer gun squad, or the gun has been upgraded with light machine guns, because that makes it really difficult for the field to get away. That city might still get a wipe here in the conscript squad, which would still be pretty good for Clausewitz. Finally checked there for Jibberjabber, though I think at this point it's going to go for the mechanized armor company. Feels a bit late here for T-70 personally. I believe also Clausewitz is taking up. Yes, indeed. Counter-attack here by Jibberjabber. Parts are being enforced.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Pretty bunched up position there, which Clausewitz got caught in by Jibberjabber's conscripts. Also, I feel like Jibberjabber's focusing too much in the centre, like wants to put more pressure on the flanks. He tried to, deprive Clausewitz's resources and force him to engage in warfare that is perhaps not quite as great for him. Grab the points here. He is going for the T-70 though. He is going for it. Interesting. Interesting. I think in most cases, players here I think would go for the mechanized armor company, but perhaps Jibber has some sort of plan that we are not aware of. Graham Neeson upon the Grenadiers still got a significant lead here for Jibberjabber over Clausewitz. Part of them in great use of the train to creep forwards, stealthily avoiding German detection. To pop off the grenade there, though, they might have chosen a slightly better angle and better position to throw the grenade from. Alright, the fascists won't see us coming. It's like right across from us. They're gonna see us as soon as we throw this. And in heavy cover. Shh, Dimitri. Quit it with the negative waves. I think we're gonna need more than positive waves against this MG42. And then of course you know how that happened. Okay, he's also going for mobilized reserves. Then, at which point he definitely should have gone for this sooner. This definitely feels a bit too slow for Jibberjabber. I guess a bit awkward timings. I mean, he definitely benefited from having these upgrades up much sooner. He could easily have this going several minutes ago. 3, 4, maybe even 5 minutes, in which case he'd be in a much stronger position with Clausewitz. So I do wonder what he's planning then otherwise, Asian 6 to back it all up, or what? This definitely just feels like slightly awkwardly timed. Again, had this been sooner, this one I think been much greater than it currently is. So I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but it's looking a bit weaker than it would have been again several minutes ago. But still, it is a T-70, it is still 7 upgrade, so it's not a complete loss, but could have been done a bit better. Back here for Clausewitz, nothing further going on, still no doctrine. T-70 taking a bit of damage here, getting good hit in the train on the Grenadiers though. Fritz and Helmut Todt. You got both sides just sort of waiting for something happening on the other side of the hedges there. Grab these some points here.
We are losing territory.
Running off there. Almost got the MD there. Getting the cop on. Good maneuver there with Clausewitz. Again, definitely looking for gaps in the Jibberjabber's lines and position, just like disrupt and harass. Good play to Clausewitz. No Suprema Corps yet. Could go for another Panzer squad here maybe, otherwise a doctrine. Cunilla here is the Frontovix. Jibber now going a good chunk of the map under his control, but not flawlessly either. And he's also floating a bit more resource than comfortable, though admittedly so is Clausewitz, so it kind of cancels out each other out, I guess.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
But arguably they should still looking to be exploiting your resources against the other one. But anyways, Carpon hit there. But again, good to show from Clausewitz means that Jibberjabber can't as easily make full use of 2 fuel points because it's not got one of them connected. Parney's letting down Bart on the sandbags there, Glenny's catching the engineers there. T-70 still need repairs here for Jibberjabberjobber. So Palmer up there for Clausewitz. Still no sign of a doctrine from him. Still no sign of a doctrine. And Jibberjabber, well, no sign of attack or anything else. Ooh, almost got the Parnese at close call, but not quite. Gonna lose out this engagement there. Support armor corps almost done there for Clausewitz in the 1st Panzer Division. There we go, Jibberjabberjobber with a mechanized armor company. And there you go, Clausewitz with Strategic Reserves and the Panzer IV J, smoke grenades here as well, part of the breakthrough packages. Pioneers can also be upgraded with the Pioneer support packages. You get assault grenadiers, you get the mobile observation post and the Tiger Race. Of course, could have used that again earlier. Some Regal mines could have helped for there, I think. Plus, earlier smoke grenades would of course also be handy. Worth noting, Clausewitz also lost the grenadier squad by now. We got here 11 kills on the ace level partisans there under Jibberjabber's command. Panzer IV Moldier on the way there for Clausewitz, plus briefly considering another Grenadier squad, but maybe he's planning more Panzer Grenadier to support his Panzer Waffe. I think that'd be a fairly good idea. Could also be a mortar though. But honestly, more Panzer Grenadiers would be great. Particularly once Veterans 1, they do become quite adept at supporting tanks with the combined arms passive ability. Panzers they're holding up, ready to ambush some fast. Popping a Molotov, interesting. They go charging everything caught with the Pioneers as well. They're taking an awful lot of damage in return and forced retreat. Right on the west side of the mighty Panzer Grenadier, mercilessly cutting down those engineers. No mercy shown there, and sandbags in the centre under fire from Jibber's conscripts. Can soon go for the T-34 from 6. Panzer IV Moldier almost done there for Clausewitz. Flooding manpower, so not entirely sure what he's planning again. Now we'll have to see how Jibber responds to the arrival of the Panzer IV Model J. Will he go for Nation 5? He's got 2 field guns out. We just go for T-34s from 6s. Will there be some other choice here from Jibberjabber? Needs to be got the consequence about the Pioneers. T-34 there for Jibberjabber. Panzer IV Model J, the rushing 40. Clausewitz fearlessly sends it in. Field gun there ambushing, ready to surprise the Panzer IV. But it's quickly disengaging there as well. Field gun shoots and whiffs. Like in Clausewitz, also got the Pioneers now with the support package, opening up for better repair speeds, but also getting access to clear up cover and pop satchel charges. Pioneers signing out their T-34 from 6, almost done here for Jibberjabber. Clausewitz Panzer IV, the roaming about. We got 262 versus 433. Bit of an explosion there from the field gun. This is 3 just bombarding. And we got counter there being pushed back as well here. And then go T-34 from 6 ready here for Jibberjabber. Panzer IV Moldier heading eastward. Counter there being caught right as they're almost finishing the sandbags. Sent packing by the fiery might of the Panzerkampfwagen IV. Jibberjabber continues to exert a lot of pressure on the centre, at least a lot of focus, I would say, on the centre, not pressure necessarily, while again Clausewitz keeps focus on the fuel points, the sides of the map there, and of course sneaking in attacks there on Jibber's flanks. More Grenadiers. Oh, cancel the Panzer Grenadiers. Goes for a machine gun instead, I mean. No, can make up his mind. A mortar. I mean, mortar's good, but I still would recommend a Panzer Squad over the Grenadiers, but you know. Mortar is good though, mortar is very good. Thumbs up there to Clausewitz. Thumbs up. Contract on the Grenadiers here. Panzer IV taking here from the 6th Division field gun, punching straight for the side armour. Comes from the west. Got the eastern fuel point there, and we got the Panzer pushing back the Grenadiers as they find themselves a bit surprised at the presence of assault rifles in their faces. Jibber sending a T-34 6 Marine to deal with the Pioneers there. T-76 kills veterans who won. Mortar around there for Clausewitz. Will Jibber respond with mortar of his own? A Katyusha. What will Jibber do in response to this fascist provocation? Panzer being pushed back. Got it from the Pack 4 and the T sending punching straight through the armour with ease. Jibber could soon go for another T-34 from 6. Would be a bad idea though. Jibber could also just benefit from a mortar of his own. Or more infantry, possibly. There you go, Panzer out here by the Partisans, but there you go, straight into the Grenadiers. Pack 4 needs to get away there. Mortar joining the front here for the German army. And the Panzer was there, bit the dust. Great kill here for Jibberjabber. Bit of a stinging blow there to Clausewitz. Panzer on the left flank here. Could possibly, you know, with some infantry support up behind Jibberjabber's front line, cause some quite grievous harm there. Take off proper support by infantry, I suppose. Supported by the pioneers for the set charge at the right timing as well. That could also do some nasty harm there to him. But there you go. He's pushing in the Panzer on the flank, utilizing the maps, you know, wide expanses to outmaneuver Jibberjabber. Nice work there. We can see that Jibberjabber's making fairly good use of the ambush tactics on the field gun to make it harder for Clausewitz just to immediately just outmaneuver it. So, some good decent counterplay. But there you go. Panzer IV falling back. In this case, it's probably just more the threat of infantry than the anti-tank gun that caused them to be cautious, because if the Panzer IV suffers a damaged engine in front of the field gun, it's toast. Pioneers taking loss of the mine. Mortar on the way to Jibberjabberjobber. Now we can all see the map sort of swing more in favour of Clausewitz. Jibberjabber starting to get perhaps a bit too passive. But again, also crucially, Jibber keeps, I feel like, just exerting a lot of focus on the centre. But again, forgetting about the other parts of the map unless Clausewitz is there already. Whereas Clausewitz is just constantly looking for like gaps, openings, probing. And that is good. Panzer IV firing away. T-25 on the Pack 40. Wipe the engineer, small kill there for Clausewitz. Can also go for another Panzer IV gear here. That would also be a problem here for Jibberjabber. He pulls in more. That said, he's about to lose his Panzer IV here with a bit of bad or good luck depending on whose side you're on. More suppressed the infantry got a bit too close to the lines of fire here. I think also Clausewitz could move more to a bit closer to the front line by now. Just a bit. Got some troops up there, very good. But may need some more support to really make this work. And there we go, Clausewitz with another Panzer IV Mod J here. Goes about to get wiped out here under Clausewitz command. Mortar push back, and we get Jibberjabberjobber with an S6M. Interesting. Very interesting. That's definitely a rarely seen Soviet unit. That is a very rarely seen Soviet unit. Why do I want to keep calling it a union? That doesn't make sense. Plasma engineers here for Jibberjabberjobber. Go, S6M out. Panzer IV Molly almost done for Clausewitz. Go. Smokes in the centre here, I believe from Jibberjabber. Yes, indeed, to support an attack there. Very good. Again, highlights another sort of heavy focus on the centre here. Partisans raining there, sneaking up. And the S6 also going to set up a reserve position here, ready to respond to any maneuver there from Clausewitz, perhaps. Pushing into the Panzer IV eastern fuel point. Could respond to that with the S6 and actually flank the Panzer IV. If you can hit some hits in the rear, that could be pretty great there for Jibberjabber's assault gun. That said, Clausewitz looks like he's going to be setting up for a pinch maneuver with the Panzer IV on the other side. Things are getting a bit more devious here, and there you go. Assault gun flanking the Panzer IV. Good hit there, punch straight through the rear armour. Thumbs up to Jibber's assault gun and his valiant crew. Second shot also goes through. Very good there, very good. I think we're just going to go for the S6s. He should go for another one, since again the rule then the same sort of logic applies for the Stuke having trouble. They also have, say, effective applies to the S6. You just want a lot of firepower that just bash through them and also make it hard for them to escape easily. So I think if he's going for one, he should go for two. Another Panzer support here for Clausewitz. Mortar there down, T-Sun coming at the flanks as well there. There's the country in the east. And we can sort of see that Clausewitz is slowly probing again the flanks more and more here versus Jibberjabberjobber. So I think Jibber is starting to realise the danger is getting more and more real here on the flanks, and he can't just keep poking his nose about with the centre of the map. But he is still, very much focused on it. But again, he's, I think, starting to like more seriously realise that the flanks are where probably the jaws of the bear trap will snap shut around his neck or his arse. Almost got the Canadian squad here in the east. Panzer IV Pack 4 rushing in here. Assault gun holding up here alongside the T-70. Can go for another one now. Got more Telemines here from Clausewitz Pioneer. Very good. We'll call here by the T-70 though. Assault gunner moving eastwards to the Panzer IV here, taking a nasty hit though. Rushed it in a bit too deep. Jibber continues to flood resources, planning an SUD-5 now. I mean, that's an idea as well. Keep focusing too much hits from the Pak-40 and the Panzer IV here. Almost losing the T-34 from 6. Assault guns not having much luck here. Again, this is where he needs another one. No for support nearby either. T-34 knocked out. Food's opening up. He could take out the Panzer IV now. Pak-4's keeping the pace here. Almost got the Panzer IV. And there you go. Kaput. Small win there for Jibberjabber. Small win. But still has a lot of work to do. Clausewitz launched another sortie with the Panzer spearheading the effort, backed up with the Panzer IV. Thumbs up. Johnny's moving in as well there. T-34 on the way for Jibberjabber. SU 6 in trouble. They've been caught out of position. Conquering forward here, but the situation's got pretty bad here for Jibber. Pak-40 is supposed forward. Got the assault gun. Panzer IV rushing forwards. It's a dang blitzkrieg raid here for Clausewitz, and it's going off very well at the moment here. Versus Jibberjabberjobber. Pak-40 up here. Panzer IV's almost knocked out, but even then the damage being done to Jibber is real. And there you go. Bunkering out the field and crew. Wipes out both of them in a spectacular cascade of explosions and insults. A hammer blow here to Jibberjabber, now destroying the field guns. Jibberjabber is being absolutely gutted here by Clausewitz. A punishing assault. Well done there by Clausewitz. Well done. Almost living up to, I think, the guy trying to name himself after here. Goes to the controls there. And there you go. T-34 from 6 out there for Jibberjabberjobber. More to hit in the conscripts. Oh, gonna just wipe them by mine. Still, Clausewitz is ahead here on Jibberjabber. Still getting that there. Slightly helps Jibberjabber versus Clausewitz, but there's still a long way to go and a lot of Germans to kill. But that Panzer IV mod is proving to be a real menace here for Jibberjabberjobber. A real menace. 19 kills, halfway to the ace level. Pioneers Club's been wiped out here by all of Jibber's forces, creating the counterport there with the Panzer IV. He's being absolutely torn asunder here. The T-34 trying to provide support here, but he's struggling against Clausewitz Steel Corps. And there we go, another Panzer IV mod there for Clausewitz, Germany, Deutschland. Troops enforcing healing here. Nothing further going on. Panzer IV here is now Veteran 2-1. Jibber needs more tank hunter units of some sort. Either field guns, Section 6s, Section 5s. He could also theoretically consider anti-tank parts, but I think that's going to be too clunky of a solution for the time being, and also too slow in some ways as well. That said, getting a bit too bold here. Clausewitz could risk losing the Panzer IV, but the question, of course, is would that really matter? Got the T-70 though. Ace level by the way, which increased the rate of fire and mobility. Going to take out the T-34 misses at point blank range. Oh, so that's the Panzer IV. Both gunners are utterly drunk. Both also bounces at close range. He's ramming the Panzer IV and actually he actually knocked out the main gun, but because he rammed at it, he knocked out his own tank like that. We'll see you in hell! Boom. I guess we won't. Gott mit uns. Ah, scheiße. Another T-34 there for Jibber. We got the Panzer IV moving forward for Clausewitz. Opening up the country with this main guns. Pidman machine following up there. Panzer moving forward here for Deutschland. Jibber's got some inflators going for another H6M here versus Clausewitz. Got 180 versus 352. I think the issue at this point is Clausewitz just getting so many resources, particularly fuel at this point, that he can just snowball out the Panzer IV model gates faster than Jibberjabber can realistically kill them, unless suddenly, someone lobotomizes Clausewitz while he's playing the game. Another machine gun there for Clausewitz, Germany. Deutschland, but yeah, Jibberjabber falls in a state of disarray that is rather devastating for him. He's doing his best to somehow break this deadlock being enacted on by Clausewitz, but the situation is not going his way. One bunker down there, a machine gun emplacement.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
He's being shot to bits, and there you go. Second Issue 6 M out here for Jibberjabberjobber. If only he'd gone for one, but he still had the first one. Again, I think that'd been much more dangerous with the Panzer IVs. Shot bounced.
We have an isolated sector.
More mines being laid down here by Clausewitz against Jibberjabberjobber. Shot bounced. 188 to 15. Yeah, Clausewitz got Jibberjabber pinned down inside his base effectively at this point, and Jibberjabber's just starting to break out of this pin.
Our points have fallen to 300.
Mortar fire down there. 240 for Jibberjabber. He got 180 to 294. Jibberjabber keeps fighting here. But the odds are not improving. Almost got the transport engineers also in the danger zone a bit here possibly. Mortar, there we go. Got the conscripts. Mortar's about to get knocked out as well there. And there you go, GG, game over, loss for Jibberjabberjobber, a victory for Clausewitz, a victory for the German army. I mean, Jibberjabber, I think, really had a good spot for the most part, but I think what sort of kind of undid him was, again, the slow timing there with either the tank command and then getting out there the T7, the upgrade, or going for the mechanized armor company. In this case, Jibberjabber kind of ended up choosing the worst of both worlds, and ultimately didn't quite feel it played to his advantage as well as he could, allowing Clausewitz to then push ahead with the Panzer IV Model Js. Combine that again with the lack of Dilution 6s, and I think Jibber's again slightly troublesome folks in the centre again rather than the edges of the map, which is something Clausewitz may not play well with. Ultimately, I think sealed Jibber's fate here. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links in Tears. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.